Hello. Hello, 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 hello. Hello, 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 hello. Anyway, I'm a little nuts tonight, but this is Beth Green, otherwise known as Granny Rocks, and this
And
is the
this
Granny
is
Rock Show.
James Maynard, otherwise known as Sweet Baby James, and I'll be handling the chat tonight, so please chat with us.
Chat, chat, chat. If you talk to us, if you're live, when you're live. We're assuming that you are alive, but if you are live with us at the moment and you chat with Sweet Baby James, he can tell me what you said and then I can answer you on the show. If not, I will answer you afterwards. So first I would like to just play the piano for a minute and just kind of settle in, and then I want to talk about the topic that I'm going to talk about. Well, maybe I should tell you what the topic is first. The topic
Sure.
is, what is the name of that? Well, it's something like beliefs are often wrong and damaging. Why do we cling to them?
Oh, that's excellent.
Thank you so much. So
Mhm.
I just want to play a little bit and settle in because we've been traveling and I want to settle into our show. Could you move this over, please? Hi there, everybody. So this is the Granny Rock Show.
Yes, indeed. Granny
And
Rocks airing every Wednesday at 6:30 p.m. Pacific. Thanks for joining us.
okay, so I want to tell you that I have seen so many examples of this in my life, and I bet you have also beliefs that are just awful, that are damaging, or that we allow ourselves to believe them, and that gives us permission to damage other people or ourselves or our children. And we just seem to be stuck often. And sometimes I think, this is crazy.
On that topic, one of the comments from Tracy, she says, help,
Ah,
and sends caring.
oh, I was. Oh, that's lovely. I hope it's in relation to the topic.
Yes,
It
and
looks like.
also Catalina says hello and sends love.
Hello,
And
Catalina.
Elizabeth says hi and sends love.
Hello, hello, everybody.
Yes, yes, yes. And Amy says, thank you for this topic.
Ooh, ooh. So you think I'm going to have an answer, right? But we've
We
been
would hope
busy,
so.
so I better come up with something the next 20 minutes or so. So, anyway, I'm going to give you an example. Well, a couple of examples that relate to religion, but I'm not just sticking with religion. Oh, no, no, no. I don't want you to feel like I'm ganging up on religion. It just so happens that religious beliefs have been in my face the last couple of days, but there are so many others, but I want to start with this. So there was a woman who was supposed to help us, and I don't want to be specific because not that she's ever going to watch this show, but I don't want to identify her in any way, but she is Christian, and she is so miserable. She's just miserable, and she complains. But of course has to cover it up because she couldn't possibly be complaining. No, no, no. She has to make it look like something other than complaining. But it was, clearly complaining, misunderstood, unappreciated, and all. Okay, so I get it. I can feel that way too, right?
And she was in victimhood, which I can identify with.
Yes. But here's the part that has to do with beliefs.
Long suffering, sacrificing.
Yes. Her religion tells her that the Lord takes care of her. Now, she doesn't feel that way because if she felt that way, she'd be. Right? Oh, I'm so taken care of. I'm so happy. So, no, but she was. So, she said to us, well, after having complained endlessly for 2 days when we talked to her, and been so unhappy. I mean, it is not that I'm complaining about her, but she was in so much pain. She said, well, the Lord takes care of us, doesn't he? Well, she obviously doesn't feel that way, or she would be feeling different, but she has to tell herself that that's the truth because that is her belief. So there is, and then I've got a sweet baby, well, you may have a sweet baby James example.
Of a belief?
Yes, that's damaging, obviously
Which one?
erroneous.
Which one?
What about your whole life about I'm touched by God and I'm supposed to be special and a minister and have psychic abilities and be brilliant, and I mean, you want to go on?
Well, that about sums it up. Yes, I had an experience of divine grace when I was 6 years old, and from that point on I felt I was special, had a special destiny, and I even contemplated becoming a minister, and then wound up being on a spiritual path. Then I had another mystical experience, and that reinforced it. And so there's a lot of ego in my beliefs that I was special, and I had a special mission.
Exactly. Now, how is that damaging? See, I didn't tell you why it was damaging to this other one. It was damaging to her because she can't get any help because she has to keep telling herself that she's being taken care of by the Lord, not that she hates the Lord or is resenting the Lord. So what is yours?
What is mine?
Yeah, how have you been damaged by that belief that you're going to be real special? And
well, I've tried to live up to it, and I keep being disappointed and feeling bad about myself.
Right. Now, under those circumstances, wouldn't you say that if we were rational, let's say we were scientists, and we had a belief that actually gravity goes upward instead of down,
Okay.
and we kept getting these experiences that the apple fell down.
Not up.
Not up. Not up. Not up. So, I mean, wouldn't you expect us to say, oh, gee, this picture, this reality is not fitting my picture. Maybe I better change my picture. Oh, no. No. Not when it comes to certain kinds of beliefs, like religious beliefs. So no. We just keep torturing ourselves. Oh, no, it feels terrible. It feels I must be doing something wrong. I mean, certainly if I were doing the right thing, or maybe I wasn't really graced, or maybe something, and it stops us from taking action. Do we have any more comments?
Yes, we do. Tracy said, oops, that was hello, not help. Hello.
Oh, I thought you were asking me for help on the topic, and it made me feel so good.
and May says, good evening, Beth.
Good evening, May.
And Todd sends love.
Great. Thank you. So, scrambled thinking. Scrambled thinking. All the time. I do it. It's like I have a belief that my husband will always be connected to me and make me feel so very happy. And that's the way it should be and is. But it isn't, is it?
No.
So I have to look at that and I say, well, is that a damaging belief? Well, yeah, if I really believe that it's possible for somebody to be connected to me all the time on the spiritual plane. I don't mean that we would be walking around with elbows connected all the time. And I believe that other people's husbands do that, right? Because that's what husbands do. Husbands are forever loving, and they never cheat, and they don't, not that my husband has cheated, but, mentally he could cheat, right? In some other way. It doesn't have to do with sex. So
He could have pathologies.
he could. Oh, my, never. Never, not my husband.
Not in the fairy tales.
Anybody else saying anything?
Tracy said, well, I can always use your help on this topic and many others.
Okay, so
Thank you, Tracy.
Thank you. So, That would mean, though, that I would have to abandon my belief because it's not fitting reality, right? Right? You know, my country, right or wrong? Is that right?
That gets and pays the idea.
I mean, it's a horrible idea that it's my country is always right, or that my race is always right, or that any of my beliefs is right, that I don't even want to examine them. No, heresy, heresy. You're not allowed to do that. You're not allowed to. You shouldn't even think. Don't think. Don't question. I do. All the time. Cling to the beliefs that I want to. It's like, oh, there will be a home. Somewhere where the weather is perfect. And it isn't boiling hot in the summer and freezing cold in the winter. Don't move to the Midwest. And that global warming is somehow for everybody else, but not for me. Because my home is going to be perfect regardless. And that there is such a thing as real satisfaction, and that I'm going to have a great, perfect Granny Rock show, and that people are going to love me. And I mean, do I have to go on? I would like you to now think about for a second. I'm going to play the piano for a minute. I want you to think about some belief that you are clinging to. A belief, for instance, that you're bad. Really bad. That you can't see past that idea. Or that you're good, really generous, really kind, yeah. And you can't see it when you're not, because after all, it doesn't fit the belief. Or that your favorite politician is really honest until you get so disillusioned, then you go the other way. So think about it for the moment while I play the piano for you. I believe that the power should stay on and that we should not have power outages, especially when it's 1,000,000 degrees out or 0 degrees. I believe that. I believe that people are taking care of are really going to protect me. They're going to, this is a good one. I believe that people are going to do what they say they're going to do. I mean, is that true?
I've got one for me.
All right, yay.
Well, I believe that I'm one of the good guys, okay? Ooh. Because I sincerely endeavor to do the highest good for all.
So sincere.
Isn't that sincere?
Oh my God, that is so sincere.
Notwithstanding the fact that I project resentment at times, anger at times.
Never.
Suppression at times. Anxiety, fear, all of those kind of things.
One of the good guys.
Yeah, right.
Well, and that because I'm super intuitive and very empathetic, that I will have a tendency to be right. That's a belief.
Yeah, that too, yeah.
And that I too will be so good and well-meaning.
We have one.
Okay, yes.
Amy says, I keep believing that if only I were serious about what I want to accomplish in life, I wouldn't keep avoiding doing those things.
That's great, Amy. That's a good one. If you were really serious, you wouldn't avoid it. Now, where did you get that belief? Where did that come from? And then what is the result of believing that? Is that you keep telling yourself you're not serious. You know,
oh, right.
Right? I mean, because it has to be, the belief has to be protected no matter what. Now, if nobody else has one to share, I'm sure you all know in your hearts some of the beliefs that you hold on to. The government is out to get you. The government is your friend. See, one of the things that beliefs do for us, and this has to do with why we do this, is the belief gives us a structure of certainty.
Oh.
Right? Certainty, 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 certainty. I know what's going to happen because my belief tells me what that is. And then I don't have to live in uncertainty because it's going to work out that way. And if it doesn't, then I must have done something wrong. Or my belief wasn't strong enough. Or I was an ass. Or something like that.
Here's another one. Elizabeth says, I hope, believe, that there are enough people who care that can change this world around for the better.
So you believe that there are enough people who care who will turn the world around for the better? Maybe. Maybe not. So what are you going to do if it's maybe not? But instead of waiting to find out, you have to carry that belief. And every time you're proved wrong, it's very upsetting. Instead of just staying open, I call it the path of not knowing. You know, we just sit there and we watch what happens. And that's how we know what's going to happen, by watching what does happen. So, and being willing to question the beliefs that we have and stop beating ourselves up when we don't fit our own picture, that our partners don't fit our picture, that our friends don't fit our picture, that Granny doesn't fit our picture, that the government, that our friends, that our parents, they're not who they say they are. They are who they are. So where I'm leaving us tonight is in a very up in the air place. It's not that we should trade a belief. So let's say you're the woman who believes that the Lord is going to take care of you. It doesn't mean you substitute that belief with the one that says there is no Lord and that the Lord doesn't take care of you. It's like, what? We just substituted one belief for another. Why don't we just see what happens? Sometimes when we look at a big picture, we can see that things have really worked out well for us. And then we can say, well, in this case, it feels like I was taken care of by the universe. I wonder what will happen next time. Oh no, too much uncertainty. Oh no, I can't stand that. Oh no, I have to know what's going to happen. Even if I have to tell myself it's going to be terrible, at least I'll know I can be prepared for terrible. Let's try to be prepared for surprises. Let's try to be prepared for discovery. Let's try to be prepared for everything changing all the time. How about that?
Yeah.
So I'm going to make that our assignment for next time. It doesn't mean that I'll never talk about this topic again, but I would love you to really look at all the ways in which, if possible, you are hemmed in by beliefs that you keep trying to prove even if it hurts you, even if it hurts somebody else. It's like if I want to believe that other people's husbands are so much better than mine, well, then I'm hurting mine, right? See what I mean? So take a look and see if you can substitute for that. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. You know, gravity does seem to bring things down.
Mm-hmm.
That is a hypothesis. You do experiments and you find out. And then you discover that there's some advanced physics law where that isn't true. And you're stuck with the belief. It's like, let's just let go of having to protect our beliefs. Let's start building a world where we start thinking and looking and experimenting and trying our best. I don't think God ever said that women were supposed to be covered up from head to toe. And how many of the beliefs that we keep because they're convenient for us, and they justify us taking away from others. Like we had a belief in this country called manifest destiny, that we were destined to take over everything. You know, the settlers, right? The white folks, of which I am one, right? And how could it possibly be that that's not even true? That maybe that was just a glitch of history. So I want you to think about all of this. Look at some examples, examine your beliefs, and write to me. And come back next Wednesday for the next episode of Granny Rocks with me, Beth Green, and Sweet Baby James.
And we have a couple of more comments.
Yes.
Todd says, really good, sobering topic.
Ooh. Thank
and
you.
Blanquita says, hello, Beth and James. Hello,
Hola, Blanquita.
Blah, blah. There we are.
Okay. Well, thank you. Every Wednesday night at 6:30 Pacific time, unless we have a power outage, we will be here. And every Thursday night at 7 p.m. Pacific time, I play the piano for Beth Green's Magical Piano Improvisations. So leave your comments, like the show, love the show, share this show, and come back tomorrow or anytime to watch more Granny Rocks and to watch our Magical Piano Improvisations. So until then, on Thursdays. So until then, bye-bye. And let's see if our belief that the world will still be here tomorrow is actually accurate.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.